So boom, we got MTR here today with Aaron, who is the guy, the person that they called the Ninja Turtle on a balloon date, and you were not qualified. So he is here today, and they did a 5 hour live stream. I'm gonna have a link in the description. It is great. Didn't watch the whole 5 hours because that's insane, unless you had the time for that yesterday. But I did watch probably a good hour of it. And once he got to talking about thugging, not just thugging, but getting babes thugging, I had to clip it because that is a perspective that you don't get. Not only that perspective, but the perspective of somebody who went from that life, was getting a lot of babes, and then transitioned to a square life. The life that most citizens and most of us live. And specifically, he talks about how women treated him in both cases. Spoiler alert, he doesn't get detailed enough for me, but it's still worth watching. Let's watch it.
Also describe this. What has been your relationship with women as you were coming up of age? Let's say
Oh my
during gang, when you was more into your criminal mischief, you
Okay.
was a bad guy. Talk about
Yes.
the difference then versus the difference of being a licensed, trying to be on a straight and narrow path,
Okay.
trying to do good, trying to be a humanitarian, getting your certification, get right. Just talk about the difference between the two.
Okay. So when I was, actively gang banging, present myself with my nickname and things of that nature, women loved me. I mean,
Uh-oh.
I had an abundance of women. Anybody that knows me that'll tell you, I was Mr. Promiscuous.
Yeah.
And that's why I advocate against it, because I see the damage that it does to individuals. But yeah, I had all the women in the world when I was gang banging. Now, so when I got out of prison, before I went to prison, right, I was not in shape. I could not converse with you about anything other than gang banging or some entertainment foolishness.
Right.
Now you can put me in a room with anybody, I can
You
converse.
can go.
I know a
Yeah.
little something about, something.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna reside in a state of oblivion. That's for certain. But I as I was a plumber, when I became a plumber, I got out, I'm doing the right thing. Now I'm well aware of how a man should conduct himself.
Yeah.
I'm well aware of, things I want to do in the community. I have goals. Wait, let me rewind back to gangbanging. I was skinny. I couldn't converse. I didn't have a job. All I did was, negativity. All the women wanted me. I
And
get a job.
you had way too much. You had way too many women, way too many options.
Yes, way too
Okay.
many options.
All right.
Yes, Mr. Ninja Turtle. Believe it or not. So
And we'll just discuss this very quickly. When it comes to a lot of the Pookies and Ray Rays and things of that nature, they do not articulate themselves very well. So that's the first thing. The second is, like he mentioned, he just had no conversation. He had no conversation. What people say a lot of times, and it's the truth, a woman, like a man is won through his eyes. You win a woman over through her ears, stuff like that. They fall in love through their ears. We fall in love through our eyes, et cetera, et cetera. When a dude has clout and money, hood fame and stuff like that, and then he just like, he's like a dangerous guy, just the character, that gets a lot of these chicks turned on. And they will just get, like, the dude doesn't have to do much. He could be blunt, straightforward, belligerent, no conversation, no game, no nothing. Just be straightforward, and she gonna go for it. And I'll be honest, when I see a chick that I'm attracted to physically, and I find out that her baby dad is like one of these types of dudes with like face tattoos, and then got tattoos all the way down to his calf muscles and stuff like that, and he been to prison, I do not want to mess with her at all. Because if you were able to mess with him, first off, I know me and him, just, I got to keep it a bean with y'all on here. I know we not the same caliber of guy. We just not. We just not. Second thing is, I'm pretty sure whatever hoops you about to try and have me jump through, if any, you know, he 9 times out of 10 didn't go through none of those hoops, because I know how things really work. All this dating talk that we be doing, the chicks don't be getting took on dates, bro. A lot of these chicks be getting cracked like an egg on the side of a pan for nothing. So you got those aspects already in there. And the last thing is, who knows if this dude is still on you, or if you got another dude in your past that's on you or anything like that, because I'm from the hood and I actually have some friends like this, and they will do treacherous things to guys for messing with girls that are done with them. And I don't even want to say friends because I really cut ties, but you know, it is what it is.
So I start dating these girls, right? Now I have this body, you know, I'm muscular. I'm meeting women that have never seen a guy with muscles like this before. So it's the spirit of lust is manifest right there, and I indulge in the relationship because I don't want to be lonely. You know, that's been my problem for the most part. And these women have gotten so good with manipulation and deception. I promise you, these women can hide. I can. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start teaching you fellas how they hide stuff on these iPhones. How these women, we're gonna shed light on stuff. I'm gonna show you how these women were hiding stuff, how they were manipulating me, how they were having me believe that we were gonna get married. You know, that's what my true intentions. And my
And we're
whole
gonna
thing
go. Are we
is,
gonna go through some of those receipts right today?
yeah, we're gonna go through the
Okay.
receipts. This is my thing with promiscuous women. I always give them the option in the beginning, in the very beginning. So there's, you know, you have to start the relationship the same way you finish. So I let them know, hey, what do you aspire to do with me? Do you want to have an open relationship? Do you want to seek other men? If that's something that you want to do, that's fine, queen. Because in that case, you know, if that's what you're going
The
to do,
first use of queen disrespectfully, respectfully,
yeah,
disrespectfully.
respectfully. But
Now, two things before I get into this next point. The first thing is that MTR didn't let him finish, so that's how come we stopped right here. He asked him a whole different question. The second thing is, you see how I said at the start he didn't really flesh it out how I wanted him to. Like, he didn't get too deep into what the difference was between being a pookie and then becoming a square with women. He didn't get too deep into it. But what I do want to touch on is him giving the woman the option up front to what relationship they want to have. This is the thing about that, you know, and this is a guy who probably has had more women than me, but still does not understand women. Because this is the thing, man. What he has transformed himself into is a good long-term mate. And that's great for him because that's what he wants. But this is the thing. Women filter you by short-term mate versus long-term mate. And as far as their priority in their life, wherever they're at, that's what they're going to prioritize. So this is the thing about that. As far as him turning himself into a long-term mate, look at the qualities that he has. He's very muscular, and he also came from a violent life. So he is somebody who is fully capable of protecting, fully capable. But this is the other thing. He has turned to religion. So with that, that makes him perfect as far as morals and integrity and just being a good family man. He is somebody that is good to make a family with. Also, instead of being in the streets, he can provide security through plumbing. That is a very stable career. Nothing is going to happen with that as long as he doesn't go on another podcast or anything like that. You know, that's a joke, but really, like, for most people, that is a very stable career. So when you look at that, that paints a picture of a good long-term mate. Now, this is the other thing about relationship dynamics. I'm going to knock out two birds in one stone with this point, because he says promiscuous a lot. He says, you know, Mr. Promiscuous, these women are promiscuous, etc. The era that we live in, most of these women have a whole past. They have a past where they have been very promiscuous, where they have racked up way too many bodies. Too many bodies. They try to hide it, And then when they come of age, when they get to that age where their looks begin to fade, and it's like, okay, it's time to find a long-term mate. I'm done with all of this stuff. When they begin to age out of their prime, that's when they want to find a long-term mate. And this is the key as far as the two birds and one stone. What you have to do is just play your part as a man. You come in and you try and have sex with her. That's really what it is, because that's how these relationships work anyway. Now, I'm not even going to go deep on that. If she is not willing to have sex with you, she really doesn't want you at this point in 2024. So you have a sexual relationship first, and then she's supposed to be the one who applies the pressure and asks, what are we? Or she is the one who is supposed to bring value to show you how good of a mate she could be. In 90, I ain't gonna say 99, but in most cases, that's what they try to do. If you have a sexual relationship with them, they then begin to like you too much in a lot of cases, and then they try to do little things like you'll be somewhere with her. You don't got no problem going places with her. And she'll say, oh, that's my boyfriend. She'll try to spring that on people, and y'all never had a conversation about that. You never committed to her. They try to do little, and that's manipulation. She's trying to set up a frame, and if you don't say anything about it in that moment, then you've accepted the frame. And now you're the boyfriend, and now she can move with that expectation. It's a lot of little shit like that. That's what they do. That is how the game works. So with that being how the game works, this is the issue. When you are the one pressing a woman and coming to her, like, what do you want? And this is the thing. This is at the top of the relationship. You're trying to find out her intentions and what she wants and stuff like that. And you're putting it on the table for her. Women are always going to play 99% of the time. Especially if you're not a guy that is known to be out here slaying a lot of bitches, and everybody is talking to her about, oh yeah, the dick is bomb and your name is ringing. But if you're not that guy, she's going to hit you with the long-term relationship stuff because she wants all those benefits. That is the same reason dudes get put in a friend zone, because you get the benefits of a man without having to give up the coochie. So with that being said, that is just a horrible strategy. You're going to get a lot of chameleons, a lot of liars, and then you're going to wonder why. And this be the thing about this with the whole mating schedule shit that I mentioned. Just because a chick is looking for a long-term mate, that doesn't mean that she's not getting fucked on the side still. Just because she is trying to find somebody to lock it. You know how many dudes I personally know who have had a situation where it's like they're either fucking with a married woman, or before the chick gets married, he used to be hitting it all the time and stuff like that. And she said, yo, man, I'm about to get married. I just need it one last time. I need to dig one last time. That's the type of era that we are living in. And these are the types of women that are in the market. And I'm not talking about no internet shit or some shit. I'm talking about in real life. I be seeing this shit, bro. So with that being said, that's a horrible strategy. But I'm going to have a video link in the comments so you can watch the full interview. They go into all types of stuff. I know some of y'all was like talking about the chick who, was putting up all the stories about being with him and how he is crazy. He addressed that on there. Like, he addressed everything. It's 5 hours, bro. So go check it out. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments, but also please put a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new here. Thank you.